always. But first, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, follow all 9 yards on all our social media platforms. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and the whole jazz. You can find us at Revolt Media. Revolt Media. I'll give you 1 second and just go ahead and follow. Yep, your 1 second is up. Thank you so much for listening and following and commenting and sharing. So we're going to, like I said, we're always going to give you a great show, but we have to thank the people that make this show happen. Today's show is sponsored by Believers Attire. Believers Attire is a Christian-themed t-shirt which aims to start conversations and to motivate and affirm our trust in God. As the holidays are here, you can get 1 or 2 or 3 for your friends, your family, your church, and all the people around you. They have amazing shirts. God is my president. I have 2 favorites, which is Leave It to God and Go to Sleep, or You Are Worthy, Capable, and Amazing. And then we have Fear Ends Where Faith Begins. They have so many amazing ones. Or if you want them to custom something that you like, you can also reach out to them and they will make it happen. It's the number is 220-465-0822. RG Kids Portrait. They specialize in maternity, kids, and baby shoots. It comes with decor and attire. Sometimes they are presently running their Christmas special. Yes, they're running their Christmas special. So, hey, get ready for you and your family. Capture all the beautiful moments this holiday. You don't want to miss out, especially with the kids. They grow up too fast, okay? So, capture all the beautiful moments. You can find RG Kids on Instagram. It's RG_Kids_portrait. Or you can give them a call on 614-254-2151. Inkwell Printing for all your printing needs, whether you need volume copies, you need business cards, you need envelopes, you need brochures, you need all types of banners. They got you, flyers, promo items, booklets, carbonless forms, invitations, rubber stamps, photos, and many more. You can reach out to Inkwell. They are located on 1900 East Dublin Granville Road, Columbus, Ohio 43229. Or you can give them a call on 614-888-2201. Akuba for all your hair and skincare needs. It's a natural skincare line. If you're looking for one with this winter months here, you already know it's harsh towards your skin and your hair. Protect it, keep your hair and your skin moisturized. You can reach out to Akuba on www.akuba.com. www.akuba.com. Or you can give them a call on 614-584-1845. Thank you guys so much for watching and join. Don't forget, share this video. Share this video for a friend, your family. Share it right now. I'll give you 2 seconds before I introduce the melanin bald-headed man. Okay, thank you for sharing. So, as usual, I am here with the one and only, the man who does not need an introduction. My new favorite way to call him is the melanin bald-headed man. It's fun. My new call. I'm here with the one and only, the God himself. How are you, Kumasi?
I'm all right, Jasmine. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So, everybody says you're always serious.
Oh, people say that? Yeah, we didn't come
My
to
sister
this
said,
life.
why is he always very, serious?
Yeah, we didn't come to this life to play, It's a serious world.
I cannot. Well, how is your day going, Mr. Serious
I've
World?
been, it's stressful. It's a little bit stressful, but what can we do?
Yeah.
We got to match it.
Do you want to talk about why you're stressed? We can have a therapy session.
Okay, yeah.
It's okay.
Let's talk.
It's okay. We'll talk behind the scene. I already know your problem, but only God can solve that problem.
Thank you,
Not me.
Thank you for that.
But today, as always, we're going to give you guys a great show. Today, we are talking about college education or the future of education. Many of you may see we are in an era of, people are getting online certifications, or they're taking courses here and there. And some people are opting for the college degree, and some are opting for a certification. Which one at this point is it, is it going to be? Because before they'll say go to college and, the once you get a degree, you get a better job, a high paying job. But now I know people who have certificates or who have taken courses, and they are making sometimes 10 times more than people who have the degrees. So right now, a college education or a degree, because trust me, I am in a limbo right now. I don't know if I should go for a degree or go for a certification. I'm still debating. So Kumasi, what is your take on the future of education in general?
I mean, education is good depending on where you're looking at it from. There's another form of education that a lot of us are not looking at. That's the informal education.
And which one is the informal education?
The one that has no curriculum. That you don't have to sit in a classroom. You don't have to, be confined in a specific space to be able to get educated. That one is the informal education.
Okay.
Like the kind of education that you learn in the streets.
Oh, so street education.
That is informal.
Okay.
And a lot of people, because that is very practical. And then when you get a practical, that's all you're going to, when you go to school is great. Like, I wish I could even go back to school again. School is great. Don't even take anything from school. School is really great. Education is good. But there's a lot of, the type of education right now, I don't know. The way that you're teaching the kids, I don't know. The curriculum itself, I feel like now it's more political than anything. Like when you go to college, especially when you go to college. Now, do you know that as of now, it's only 13% of college students that are liberals? I mean, that are conservatives.
Conservatives.
They are
wow.
all liberals. How's that even possible?
Wow, that's crazy.
Like the moment that
we see where the world is going.
Yeah, the moment that you walk into the education system or the higher education, you become liberal. Because that's all it is.
You feel like that's what they've programmed it to be?
That's how they have set the whole curriculum. And the moment you challenge it, you get canceled. So education right now is like, it's more political. It's more of the government is trying to use education as a means of making money.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what the government is. How on earth should a 4-year education cost over 100,000? Like how on earth? Like I don't even understand this.
Yes.
How on earth? Like you trying to tell? It's like me telling my kid, "Hey, you need to propagate yourself for the future. So when I'm gone, you'll be fine by yourself." Okay, yeah, but before you can do that, you need $100,000.
That's crazy, bro.
Like doesn't even make sense.
That's crazy.
Like, and sometimes even more than that.
It depends on what course you're doing. Yeah.
So looking at it from that point of view, it's a no-brainer. It doesn't even make any sense. It has become more political where the government is using education, especially our schools, to propagate its agenda. That's what the government. So when you go to the humanities, it's crazy. That's where they propagate all this feminism, single motherhood. How
are you going to blame that on college education, though?
You want me to get in there?
I want us to get in there.
Maybe if I get in crazy, they're probably going to ban this platform. So let me just...
Let's settle.
That's why they do. Oh, you don't need a man to survive. You don't need a man. You just have to. That's why when you look at the trend right now, women are going to more school than
women
men.
Are
but men are still making more money than women. Think about it. How you think it's happening? How you think it's happening? So a woman will just walk into school just for going to school. Just for the school. Just walk into school and do anthropology. He went to school.
Yeah.
And then she comes out, nothing to do.
Nothing to do. But then they can say they have that degree.
And then they say, oh, I have a degree, and and they always have big names too. The courses that are not good, the bad courses, they have
the largest names.
Yeah, they have the fancy names, And then you come back and it's garbage.
I was reading them recently. I was like, bro, that's a business course. Why is this long name? Like recently I was on, what is it called? Columbus State, right? And I'm trying to see, because I was debating between like 3 majors, right?
Okay.
Or 3 courses to take. And I'm looking, and I'm reading the what the course is about, right? And I was like, wait, that's a business course. But it had a longer, I was like,
yeah,
bro,
that's what they do.
Y'all tripping.
The courses that you wouldn't make any money. They make their name so long and fancy, and then, a lot of people also want starters. So when they come out and they say the big name to you, it look like they are valuable by the time you realize it's a janitorial job. You know,
Janitor, degree holder janitor. Okay, don't play with me.
you know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like what our parents used to say or what people used to, because I remember when I was younger, one of the things that my parents kept enforcing is if you get a college degree, you get more money. Right? And even as I'm older, I have seen some careers that I'm in the same, I think I was sharing this on Thanksgiving, that I'm in the same career with certain people that I feel like I'm more even advanced than them, but they are receiving a higher pay than I am compared to, because I know like, okay, what you guys are doing, I've done it, I've been doing it, but because I don't have a college degree, you guys are making more than me. So don't you feel like that is the reason so many people now are forcing to go back to college because they feel like that is the only way to get more pay?
So the world is changing, and the trend that the world is going right now, you don't need that. You don't really need that. Because like you said, people do certifications. What do you think people will do certifications? The world is gravitating right now towards skilled job. If you have a skill, you have a skill. You know, Steve Jobs, Wozniak, what's his name? All these great inventors, they didn't have degrees. They invented, it's the skill. When you get a skill, you get a skill. If you're going to Apple right now, they don't care about your
Degree.
Google. They don't care about your degree. They
Yeah,
care about what
Google
you can do
doesn't.
to improve the products that they are trying to sell. That's their main focus. So you can come and say, oh, I have this. The only place that they really care about education is people that are going to run the business. People that are going to do the legalities. That they need education, because you need to be educated to know the clauses, the laws, the ordinances, and all that. They need that, right? But when it comes to people that are making the products, they care about the person with the skill. Or you could have the degree. If you have the degree and you do not have the skill, how are you going to make apple? You know what I'm saying? So it's not about the paper. It's about what you can do.
I understand where you're coming from. You can get a certification, right?
Right.
But then with college, I feel like you get a broader like experience. Like they go in a person. I feel like they go in depth of like what you are doing, right? Compared to a certification, which is just focused on, okay, you can do ABC, because a certification is more on a faster pace.
Yeah.
I completed one of my
certification is, but you got to understand that why are you even going to school in the first place? To do a specific job, right? So if you have a way that's going to teach you the exact job.
But I feel like with other things, right? Like let's say right now, IT is what is blowing up everywhere worldwide.
Right now, yeah.
And I know so many people who, well, IT requires a degree.
Okay.
Some IT, because when you go fill out the application, they ask you if you have a degree. I don't, but hey, we're about to get into it. But no, we're going to get into this
It's
point.
the position that you are looking for.
Looking
It's
for.
not the IT.
But I feel like right now, let's take IT for an instance. Right now, everywhere IT is booming because we live in a technology world, right? But I personally feel like, okay, you get the certifications, that's good. But don't you feel like college, 4 years, you go in depth of what you are going to do? Okay, I'm going to use business.
I don't see that.
Okay, I'm going to use the business degree I was looking at getting, right? I feel like when you read through, it's like it goes in depth. It teaches you about finance. It teaches you about which you can learn now online easily. But don't you feel like with the college degree, it goes deeper into what you're trying to study compared to just a quick certification and then it's off to go? Personally.
Okay, what do I need that deeper form though, for though?
So you have like a depth understanding, because that's what a lot of
Do
people
what?
depth understanding of what you are going to do.
When you go to work, right? When you go to work, there's a specific job that you do.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, if there's a specific job that you do and you have a certification to do that specific job, well, you need that all that unnecessary information that does not apply to your job for.
Okay, I understand where you're going, but don't you feel like if you have a lot more? No, because I was having this conversation with somebody else as well recently, and they were like, okay, if you go get the degree, it gives you a depth. Like you can learn other things while you go. So if it's business, or when you go for a business degree, they'll teach you about marketing, finances, payroll, all of the whole nine jazz, right? Compared to when you get a certification in business, it just focuses on the business aspect of whatever it is that you're running.
You can get all the branches of business in certifications. You don't have to do it in 4 years. That can be done within a year if you are serious
Or less
about
than
it.
that.
And you can understand. You see, what colleges are doing these days, especially colleges in the West, is just giving people body count. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Please explain the body count. When you said body count, I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking about something else. So please, what you mean?
When people go to college these days, do they really go to college like, oh, I'm going to learn? I'm going to study?
Yeah, I'm going to study.
People that, when these kids are going to college, I don't think they are going to study because they party all day. Do you go to
Ohio State, bro?
That's all they do. Do you think these kids are there studying?
Friday 4 p.m. The line to the club is like from here to Jericho.
It's just to party. And they have introduced this culture in this school that it's like you are in school, so you have to party upon parties. That's all they are doing.
But don't you think with the I'm having this conversation because lately I have been weighing my options as well.
Yeah,
don't you?
Should.
Yeah, don't you feel like, because I've been weighing a lot of options and I feel like, okay, if I go the certification route, I can get a job, but I can get a job easy, right? But one of the things the blocks that I'm also seeing is that when you go, you can pass the interview. Recently, there was a job that was offering me a great pay. I did the interview. The lady was like, oh, wow. Like, I was really because before I go for an interview, of course, you research about the company. I was in depth about what I was about to offer them. I knew everything about the company. I knew what I was going to do. We finished the interview, and then she's like, and I had a certification. I actually did a certification. And then after I gave her the certificate, because you have to give it to them, whatever. After I gave it to her, she was like, do you have a college degree?
It's a way to tell you we are not going to hire you. Let me tell you this. When somebody's interview you and they are trying to get a person that is fit for the job, don't really care about that.
Because at first she was like, oh, no, she herself agreed, right? She herself actually, she was like, you were perfect for the job. You fit in. We spoke about my pay. And mind you, this was a 6-figure, so I was excited. This was a great pay. I was okay. We had spoken about everything. As soon as I left, because once you do the interview, you have to go through a manager, right? And I was literally on the list, the highest list, because I had an insider that worked there. So they loved me. But when it got to the general manager, he was like, does she have a degree? And they were like, they want somebody with a degree.
What I'm trying to tell you is that if somebody is really trying to fit somebody in a position, they don't care about somebody that got a degree. They care about somebody that can do the job. That's what they do. People that, I'm not, let nobody get me wrong. I'm not downplaying 4-year degree.
Oh, yeah.
I've done it. What I'm saying is, it doesn't worth it. Like, it honestly doesn't worth it. Honestly. I'm not saying you don't go to school. Yo, I've read over 300, probably 500 books. If I didn't go to college, I'll probably still be who I am. You know what I'm saying? I think, a lot of people think that education has to be in a confined space.
Yeah.
It has to be in the classroom. It has to be this system. It has to be that. That's a lot of people are looking at education at, right? To me, education is not like that. If you want to go into leadership, read about leadership books. Who are the greatest leaders in this world? Read about them. Read about the tactics that they use. You become a great leader. You want to do business? Read about the business guys.
Yeah.
You want to be disciplined? Read about people that are disciplined.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why every day I'm always listening to audiobooks. When you read about all this stuff, you have a wider view of.
A different view, like a real life experience view, yeah.
When you do the classroom thing, don't forget the political aspect of it. So when you do the classroom thing, and most of the people that have gone to college, they think that's all it is. I've done college. I have to get a job. So they come, now they are looking for a job.
Because you don't have a choice, though. Salome is after you right when you graduate.
That's the point. That's the point. So you come in, and then you are looking for a job, right? Whilst the guy that is sitting home, getting certification, reading books, he's not looking for a job. He's creating an empire. And that's how it works. Me, as at this point, if I was 20 years again, I would tell myself, I'm going to read a lot of books. I'm going to make sure every week I read at least 2 books every single week. And then I'm going to focus on a skilled job. Look at where the world is going. Everything is skilled now.
Yeah.
Little kid can live in his mother's basement and make over 6 figures.
Yeah, there was a girl that made $2 million
You know?
a year. I was like, wait, she's 10.
Yeah, people are making a lot of money without going to college. So what's the purpose of college? If you really want to educate somebody, we don't grab the whole people and put them in a specific place and say, oh, we're educating them. I don't think that's the best way of education. Do you even know that boys and girls shouldn't even be educated the same way? Boys are more hyper. Boys can't sit down like that. So if you have a classroom where the boys and girls are, so mostly if you will remember when you were in elementary and probably junior high, most of the guys were always jumping around, the girls are always sitting
They're
quiet.
annoying.
That's the point. And that's why when it gets to higher education now, it's getting to higher education, the women are going and the guys are dropping. That's
The guys were playing football while teaching was happening.
yeah,
Like,
because the women or the girls can sit. And that's even when you look at the pattern for how women chooses their job. HR, secretary, they always sit
Yeah.
Guys, warehouse, manufacturing, we're moving, cracking stuff. You know, we can't sit.
That's true. I've
know
never
what I'm
seen a
saying?
man's secretary before.
Like, it's hard for men
I
to
just
sit.
thought about that. I've never.
It's hard for men to sit for a longer time
Oh, wow.
because we cannot. And then, so if you look at all these things, this guy is going on the street, learning things, looking at the area, looking at the neighborhood, looking at something that is not there, thinking about how he can bring that thing in there. So by the time you're done with 4-year college, his business is off. Now you going around and then he probably going to hire you after you come from Harvard. You know, let's get education. I think the most important thing that we need to do is to tell our people to read. Is to get on our, especially our kids.
Our kids.
Get on our kids to read. Cut the TV time, cut the internet time. Get them to read like actual hard book. Read. Because if you can really do it, that's it. Look at somebody like if you wanna, so let's say you have a problem with discipline. You read about what's the guy's name? The guy that died.
Who?
Kobe. You read about Kobe.
Kobe Bryant,
how
yeah.
disciplined this guy is.
That was the
Super disciplined.
Yeah.
You understand? You read about Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy for the last 20 years haven't eaten anything sugar. He can still play till 45. That's how committed he is.
You know, when I read into that was when he did an interview, and while he was doing the interview, they had put Coca-Cola next to him. And he pushed it, and I didn't understand why he did that because I felt like they were sponsoring it.
Yeah,
so I went and actually read his thing. He was like, he hasn't eaten anything sugar.
Do you even know why he will have the balls to do that?
He's hey, look
because
at him.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
You know who he is.
They need him.
You don't need him. Y'all need me. I need to be like that.
You know, if you want strategies, read about Kissinger. Read about Mao. Read about all these leaders. Read about Putin. If you need somebody, like, I'm serious. No. You see, a lot
I'll be out here crazy.
Strategically, look at how small.
That man is powerful.
Look at how small Russia is.
Yeah, but that man is powerful.
But how can he stand toe to the West?
Yeah.
One single man.
That man
With
is
all
powerful.
this NATO they have, you get one single man stand toe to them. Strategic. That's all you need. Like, you have to be very strategic. A lot of people think it's numbers. It's not just numbers. It's about the one that's leading. Because if the guy that, let me even get in crazy. In America right now, look at how they say, allow LGBTQ, whatever, get into our military. Do this. Do you really think China is sitting down
to get
it like, we are debating on how LGBT and how people are going to use the restroom? You think that's what Chinese are doing?
No. They know how to take over the world.
That's why now China's economy is bigger than U.S. right now.
Because we're focused on the wrong things.
That's what I'm saying. They don't focus on going to college.
Yeah, that's
they
the funny
focus
part.
on precise technical jobs. And that's why all the technical jobs will be shipped to them.
Do you know they have, like, in their schools, they have a vocational, vocational courses, like people doing all of these stuff, building, mechanicals, and all of that.
What's the guy's name? Tim Cook. Apple, right? Tim Cook.
Apple.
He said the same thing. A lot of people think we go to China because of cheap labor. For the last 30 years, China hasn't been the hub for cheap labor. It's the hub for great technicians.
For everything.
It's the hub for great technicians.
Wow.
That's why they go there. They don't go there because of cheap labor.
Because everything now we have is all made by China.
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
Because they have the people to do it. So if you are going to focus on things that are not necessary in the schools, and then when it is July, you have these kids, or June, you have these kids all around like, oh, Pride Week. Whilst these guys are learning and trying to build something.
You have 5-year-olds building robots.
In the next 30, 40 years, you can compete.
You can't. You cannot. I agree with everything that you're saying. I really do. Because one of the books that I'm reading now is called Atomic Habits. I don't know if you've heard it. You should read it. It's a really great one.
Oh, yeah. I just saw it today.
Oh, you did?
I actually saw it
Somebody said, my mentor actually sent it to me.
Read one about, have you read The Richest Man in Babylon?
No, I haven't.
Read that one, too.
Okay.
There's one called Principles of Money by
I've heard
Napoleon
that one.
Hill.
I haven't read
that
it.
one, too. Yeah.
Okay.
Atomic Habits. I'll read
You
that one. I
should.
just saw it today.
Okay, you should. But no, I understand everything that you're saying, that yes, and one thing I've realized is something that you can do, like a skill cannot be taken away from you.
Of course.
A job can be taken. They can fire you today, or you can die today, they'll replace you tomorrow.
Of course.
Or you can be working today and they'll call you and fire, especially during COVID. Imagine all of that, people losing their jobs. But when you have a skill, people can't take that away.
Can't take it away from you.
So which I do agree. But I also want to go back on some of when we were younger, a lot of our parents, most people in college now are there because of parents' pressure. Right? I'm African. Let's be realistic. Okay. I remember I am not your typical African child, right? But other African kids are in college doing things that they wish they can do something else. Like some people are in college doing nursing, whereby they don't want to do nursing. They're doing pharmacy, engineering, they don't want to do it. But now African household, the number one thing, once you finish high school, you have to go to college or else you're a disgrace. I don't know if you experienced that. Me personally, right after high school, I was like, okay, nursing school it is. So I literally started nursing school. I did the entrance certificate exam. I passed everything. And I remember I called my mom. I was like, Auntie Christy, we ain't doing it. I was like, Mom, I know myself. I would not survive. And then my mom, I felt like it was like, all hell break loose. Like it's like you've embarrassed the entire household. And I was like, just give me 4 years. The 4 years came up years ago, but let me do what I'm doing. And then so was it on Friday, my mom was doing some business and I was sitting there like giving her pointers and she was looking at me, she was like, wow, where did you learn that from? I was like, online. College couldn't have given me that, right? But I remember when I said I wasn't doing it, everybody looked at me as the weird one or the bad child. So how do you expect an African child to say, I'm about to do certification and now go to college? You will rally. So many of them are there because the thing African parents will say is job security. You get what I'm saying?
That is our problem.
They'll say job
problem.
security.
When our focus become on job security.
But then we have to also think they're coming from a good place. They don't want us to suffer. They don't want us to...
But their intent is well misinformed. Like, look at where the world is going right now. Like, look at where the world right now is going.
I get it.
And then you have a mother or a grandfather, whatever, who is over 70 years telling you, like, oh, you have to get college.
Job security.
They are dreamers. That's the point.
And then they use COVID as an example. When people that had, the degree, especially the medical field, you realize they survived the most. So they use that example because, in the African household, we only have 4 careers.
Do you know,
nurse.
Do you know during the COVID who made more money?
Who did?
Business owners.
Really? How? Because some had to close. I know how they did, but how?
Business owners made more money.
How?
During the COVID, that's where all these guys that do their own job, that is where Zoom became a $1 billion company.
I know.
During COVID. All these guys, that's when, what's her name? Rihanna became a billionaire. That's when Kylie Jenner became a billionaire. That's when Jay-Z passed $2 billion. That's when Elon Musk moved from I think 63 million to 122. That's what. All I'm trying to say with this stats is people doing their own stuff.
But then
The
people
fact that somebody is making double what is COVID is a special situation. So for there's something that happens once in 100 years.
I get it too.
So for you to make a decision based on something that happened, do you really think you're gonna be on this earth for 100 years?
I get where you're coming from.
So
I will.
You
125.
can't really.
I
You
will.
can't really make a decision based on something that just happened once in 100 years.
I understand. I remember I used that same example. I remember I told my mom, Jeff. No, not what's the is it Mark, the Facebook guy, Mark Zuckerberg. I was like, Mom, Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard, right? Jeff Bezos also dropped out of college, right? I used those examples.
The same too.
And then you know what my mom
Yeah,
told me?
they
Those
say-
are 1 in a million. Literally, she was like, "Oh, those are 1 in a million. If you're lucky, then that would be your story." The day I dropped out of nursing school, that was what was told to me. I was like, Mark Zuckerberg did it. This person did it. I can do. They were like, that's 1 in a million.
You gotta understand that if you're gonna make it in this way, you do not expect everybody to understand your moves.
Oh yeah.
You know, if everybody understand how you move, if everybody understand your strategies, then it's ordinary. Then it's
You're not
it will take
exceptional.
the extraordinary people to make it. You know, so if every decision that you make, everybody agrees with you, it really means that you are not you're not doing anything hard. You know, you're just doing ordinary things, what everybody's doing. And you can't make it by doing what everybody's doing. It's not like you can't make it. You can make it, but the levels.
The
there are
level
levels
that you're
to
going
it.
to
There are
get to.
people. A lot of people really think they are middle income, but they're actually poor.
You're broke.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, especially people in the medical fields. There's a lot of them that think they have money, but they are actually poor.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
especially when you look at the lifestyles that they pick because they had that kind of job. If you match it up, you actually see that they're actually poor. You know? I just look at it from one point of view. Do what you want to go to college, right? What are you
I'm
more
debating.
interested in? You are still debating. What are you
Yeah.
more interested in?
My business.
Made education. If you really want to do your business, then focus on that business and go to
Yeah.
school to build that business.
Yeah.
But if you are just going to school because everybody is going to school, that's where the problem is.
I always wanted
That's
to
why
get
I
a
know
degree
like
for
3 or
that.
4 people that have changed their majors. Like their mothers knew they were doing nursing, they came back with anthropology.
I know one that was doing nursing came back with a math degree. I'm like, how do you get a math degree?
At least math is like somebody came with
I was like, how?
anthropology
Hey,
because they couldn't do the nursing.
I know somebody. She was doing engineering. She came back with arts.
You know,
It's
so
like,
it's not even, you know how we are talking about it, kind of laughing about it. It's not even if you are owing this kind of money,
Yeah.
you're going to be paying like $600, $700 a month, and then that's what you got. It's problematic.
Yeah, she went for engineering, came back with arts degree.
You
Yeah.
know, so
Her final
and
year,
then
she switched.
it's crazy that I've
She was
seen
stressed.
a lot of people that have gone to school. They have, you know, they have their masters. They have their masters, and they are working on decoration right now. they are working on decoration right now.
I know one or two.
You know,
I know
think
one.
about it. Think about it. How much? I know some that are doing photography. You know,
One has a medical degree. Hold on. I know somebody personally that has a medical degree, but he's doing photography now. Like how?
so you imagine if this person decided to invest the money in his studio, all this thousands of dollars
a lot.
in his studio before. Look at the experience and look at where he would have been by now. Who said, "Oh, but he's a doctor. If anything happens,
He can-
why are you even planning life based on if anything happens?"
I think that, especially for me, that's where I am mentally. I'm like,
I
what
don't know.
if anything happens?
They said plan A.
But I don't
Plan
have plan
B.
B either. So.
Plan B is a distraction on plan A. The moment you start saying, "Oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. But if I couldn't be a doctor, I'll be a nurse." You're going to be a nurse.
Yeah, you end up with plan B. Yeah, that's a problem.
But if all you got is, "I'm going to be a doctor," if you fail 10 times,
You
you're
get
gonna,
back up.
You're going to be a
Yeah.
doctor. You see, our goals are not clear enough. You know, our goals are not clear enough. Today we see what somebody is doing, we want to do something.
Oh.
And all our life is based on trend right now. Even with the school, our life
Yes.
is based on trend. Oh, I was telling my niece, I said, yo, he said, oh, I want to go to this school. How you call it? It's in Ohio here.
Ohio State?
No.
Cleveland State?
No. It's
Miami?
Bowling Green.
Oh.
Bowling Green.
Is that a school? Is that even a school?
Oh,
Yeah, Bowling Green is there.
Yeah.
We don't respect Bowling
So I
Green.
want to go to Bowling Green. And I said, I think you should do Columbus State. Stay in the house.
Cheaper.
Do Columbus State. It's way cheaper. When your second year, you can transfer it. And then you're going to cut down costs.
Yeah.
They didn't listen.
Yeah, it's even way
They
cheaper.
didn't listen. And then she gets into second year. She said, oh, uncle, I think I want to come back to Columbus State.
You just wasted a whole year
I said,
because you
girl,
have to
you're going to
capture.
finish Bowling Green. you're not coming back.
Yeah, you just
You're
wasted
not coming
time.
back. And I'm not driving to pick you anymore. You're going to find your way to come back. Now, because, listen, I saw a video today of a girl crying of how she goes from work 9 to 5 and she gets home late around like 7 p.m. She feels like she doesn't have a life. And she's crying about it. I said, no, she deserves to cry because this is how we are raising these kids. We are letting these kids feel like everything is easy.
It's
You
not.
know,
But you work till
and
7,
then,
you don't have a life.
and then when, especially when it's winter time, when you go to work and you close at 7 at winter time.
You have weekends. Be realistic. You're an adult.
But look at it. You see how you are saying she's an adult. Well, I will actually believe that she will know she's an adult because of how we are raising these kids. People are making decisions. We allow them to make any other decisions, and when they hit them, we come and become the rescue. We rescue them. Anytime they get hit, we rescue them. No, when they get hit, they got to fix it.
Figure it
So
out.
they understand, and that's how the world is moving right now. So all these decisions that they make about schools is strength. Somebody that lives in Ohio say, "Oh, 18-year-old kid, I want to go to school in California." Okay, get to California. It's like 3 or 4 times the economy of Ohio, and then everything is 3 or 4 times.
The price.
And then she gets there, and all of a sudden there's a burden on the mother to find money. If not, this kid is borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. And by the time she comes back from California without anthropology degree,
What you
she
gonna
owes
do with that?
$200,000, $300,000. How is she going to start life?
What are you going to do with that?
How's she going to start life? So we really need to look into this. And the government is giving fake, especially the private schools, they are giving fake promises, job guaranteed. When you are done with, there was this school that was, what was the school that was, the government shut it down.
What school?
There was this university in Columbus here. Those private universities, there was one private university. ITT Tech.
Oh, it used to be here.
ITT Tech.
They shut it down?
Oh, God.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it used to be right here. I had a friend that
So
went there.
imagine, there were people that were in the second year,
I know
third
people
year.
that-
They shut the school down. All the money, all the student loan are still in their name. Like, we really need to be serious about this.
Really? Wait, why did they shut it down?
Well, you need to
I
talk to the
wanna know.
government. You need to ask about it. What I'm saying is,
Oh, wow.
people are finding dubious means to make money out of it. We live in a capitalism, free market. If you don't get stronger, people are gonna run over
Dupe
you.
you, yeah.
That's how the system is. This is not socialism. This is capitalism. So if you do not understand the system that we are in, and then you start doing things your own way, well, glory be to you.
Okay, even if you're not getting a college degree, you know what I'm hating about certifications now?
What?
The moment everybody heard about IT, right now, even my grandfathers are all about to do IT.
Yeah.
I met a 72, is he 72? I think he's about to be 72. And we're talking, you know, we're talking about just life. He was like, oh yeah, you should look into IT. Even me, I'm about to look into it. I'm like, Grandpa, you are about to die.
You see the
I
problem.
said it in my head. I was like,
You see, the problem with we Africans is we don't think, most of us. We don't. We cannot just sit down to think. You know, So the moment that one thing pops for somebody, we all do the same.
It's like right now, everybody and their grandmother is doing IT.
Yeah. We all do the same thing. I'm not saying IT is bad, but you got to do something that you know you can do. You got to be something that you know you are happy about, or you are going to be happy about. You cannot just get up and say, oh, I'm going to do IT because everybody's doing IT. I tried to take it. Which one is it? They said Scrum Master.
Scrum Master. Oh,
I tried to learn about it.
I quit.
I tried to learn about it as I'm learning about it. Because everybody kept telling me that I would be really good at Scrum Master.
Yeah, because you have a leadership.
Yeah, everybody
vibes,
tells me that, oh, you'll be good at Scrum Master. And I said, let me look at it. And I was reading about it. I'm like, nah.
Why? Because you have like,
That's
you give like a great leader. Scrum Master is about leadership.
That's what everybody says.
You couldn't do
I
it?
went in and I read it. And that's not what I want. I want to open my own business. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. I want to lead my own team to glory. That's what I want to do. I don't want to, if I do the Scrum Master, okay, it's cool. What am I going to do? Work for somebody again.
Make money.
Work for somebody again.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to get them out of.
You know what I'm saying? So you get over there, and then you start making like 70,000, whatever they make, and they're like, how am I going to survive on 70,000? Then you have to move to the next step. What's the next step? Well, you do Scrum Master. What's the next step you do?
Cybersecurity.
You move to the cybersecurity, and then you get over there.
100,000.
Okay, another 100,000, 30,000 more. You get 100,000. Okay, now you are stuck because you can pay your mortgage, you can pay for your cars. Now you are stuck.
Until you lose your dream.
I don't want to do 100,000. I want to be sitting with Warren Buffett and be talking about business. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to, open businesses, have people around me. We work together. We have our free time. If we have time to chill, we go to chill. We know we are the ones making the decision. Not somebody putting an alarm on me where every 4 a.m. I have to wake up and
you can only go on vacation for 2 days out of a month.
Like you think about it, like your child is sick, you can clock out because you clock out, the mortgage is gonna be on you.
Yeah, you're calculating.
You're calculating about your mortgage and your child's life. I don't want that kind of lifestyle. I know not everybody can run their own business. It's tough. It's really, really tough. But I'm saying that if you know you're a business person, what do you need to be able to run business?
Yeah.
If you want to start your business, research about it, read business books, read about great people, great businessmen.
Yeah.
C.J. Walker. Like a lot of people have done it without
education, without an ounce
so the
of
playbook
education.
is just there, and almost all of them is the same playbook.
Yeah.
All of them is the same playbook. Be disciplined, you know what you want, make sure you cut costs. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honest with your words, treat your employees right. That's it.
Yeah. And I always feel like, I think you said something to me. What did you call it? The street education, what did you call it?
Informal.
Informal education. I feel like one of the people in my life that I always look up to, may her soul rest in peace, my grandmother, she had no ounce of education. But that woman run, like if I tell you she run $1 million business, I don't feel like, if my family kept track, I feel like that woman ran a successful business. Like there's no property in Ghana, Takrady, that this woman was not involved in real estate, but she wasn't educated.
Yeah.
All she knew was, I know how to count my money, and nobody counted her money. She knows how to, so she had she was gangster running her business. So I agree with that. But then one of the things I think recently, me debating going to college and getting, because I have a few certifications, right? But debating between that, somebody made a statement of, you go to college to fund your business. Have you heard that before?
You go to college to party. That's what you do.
Okay, I'm not going to college at my age to go party. I don't have strength.
That's why you will say, if that is the environment that you live in, you join the bandwagon.
Well, I'll be in my house. I'm going to community college.
Let me tell you.
But I'm getting a certification.
You know when people say, oh, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do that. It's so cool, baby, to be that they are just someone that they are born. That's why. If everybody is turning into an animal, you turn into an animal because when you are the only man standing, animals will feed on you.
Feed on me. No, I'm going to community college.
You will be surprised that when you are in your environment is very strong.
Of course.
Environment is very strong. I know people that don't smoke, and all of a sudden they start playing with some people, they start smoking.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like they want to smoke, it's because I know people that do not drink, they get closer to some people, they start drinking.
Yeah.
So it's not like you just have to know what you want to do. That's
Of
all.
course.
That's all I want to say.
But you believe in the whole ideology, because like let's say
Go
you're
to
talking
school to
about
get yourself
you were talking
funded.
about Scrum Master, right? Let's just say, like, I'm looking into IT. Even my version of looking at IT is like more of like whatever I learn, I'll be able to transfer that into my business, okay? Because I run an online business, so whatever I learn from there, I'll be able to also attach that to my brand and my
Right.
business. So I have my reasons for doing that. But then one of the things I kept talking to a friend, and she kept saying, "Why don't you get let's say Scrum Master?" I looked into Scrum Master. I survived for 1 week and I left it happily. It is survival.
I was reading it on myself.
I signed up. Actually, I paid that $30 on Udemy. I started and I left it right there. I was like, stay right there. But no, they were like saying, oh, if you get it, you get like let's say you're getting 80,000 or 70,000, you'll be able to fund your business. So whatever money you make from that, you'll be able to fund your business. I feel like that's what a lot of people's mentality. If I get a degree and I get a high paying job, I'll be able to invest into my business
I'll
or
tell you
invest
something.
in myself.
You know how much running a social media account costs?
A lot.
Do you know how much doing one flyer costs?
A lot, because I'm looking at, yeah.
You can go to Udemy right now, right? And then learn how to make flyers. And then the next 2 weeks, you are a pro in designing flyers. Guess what? We need a graphic designer to get in there, do your logos. So imagine if you have 5 firms that want to work with you, designing their flyers and just doing their logos and stuff like that. You don't go to school for anything.
That was a mic drop.
If people need you to do a job for them, you really think I need somebody to do graphics for us? You really think I'm gonna ask if the person has a degree?
No.
You really think I'm going to ask that? I'm going to ask who can do that job for me. So far as you can give me a sample, that is nice. I'm working with you. That's where the world is moving right now. That's where the world is moving right now. So as at this point, if you're not going to be a doctor, you're not going to be a lawyer, if you're not going to be engineer, those kind of jobs, and you really want to go to a 4-year college, I think you should really think.
Yeah, I was just going to collect the 2 years and do graduation.
I think you should.
Let me be honest. I feel like for me, right, the pressure of going back to school started when my sister graduated. So then everybody's looking at me like, when are you going to graduate? And I also wanted just to wear the cap and walk on the stage. So if you guys can make it happen, I can get an honorary degree.
It's one of the most stupid.
Please. I just want to walk on stage.
Reason to go to get education I've ever heard.
No.
My sister got a degree.
What?
Also have to
the day my sister got a degree, right? Everybody, my entire family, like they were on me. Like it felt like pressure. I only have pressure from my family when a friend of mine gets married and somebody graduates. So one of the times that you barely see me on my phone is during graduation season. Because everybody is either talking about, oh, so when are you going to graduate? About graduation.
Do they have degrees, those people?
Come to think of it. Hold on. I don't want to put my parents on a blast, but like.
Let nobody pressure you.
Yeah, that was the pressure. So I was like, let me just go collect and give it to them.
I think, so, no.
My parents, I was like, let me just go get it.
They're going to die before you. So you can't live your life to please them. That's one thing that we do. We are always I'm trying to make money so mama will be good. Mama will be good. Every time you take money from mama, say, take care of yourself. I don't need your body.
Yeah.
That's what your mother's going to tell you. Your father's going to tell you. You need to take care of yourself. The pride for your mother and your father to see you doing well. You're not going to say, oh, because they want this. If they really want it, they should get it themselves. If you are a mother or if you are a father that you really want a degree, you should get it for yourself. Go at the point you should realize maybe this kid don't want this. Maybe this kid have something that they want. Let them do it. Yeah.
Because for me, I feel like there's been a lot of pressure, like, to go back. I feel like when my father finally let down was during my relaunch event. Then my dad was like, okay, like, I see the vision.
They see what you're trying to
do. So then my dad was like, that was a day my dad was like, okay. My dad was very proud.
That is what pushed me. The moment that things happen and people start talking and all that, it pushed me. I don't sleep. That's when
Yeah.
I really want to think and think and think and that. So I think you should use that as a motivational tool, you know. Use that as a morale. When people say, oh, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? Oh, when are you going to get a degree? No, you're not going to, I mean, when are you going to graduate or all that? No, you're not going to graduate. You're going to open a business. They're going to come to your business.
Yeah.
You're probably going to employ them. That's
Oh
what you're
yeah,
gonna
Steve Harvey said it. He said, "I am a dropout, a high school dropout, but everybody that works for me has a degree," which is true. Everybody that works for him has a degree. I support it, and we're not saying don't get the degree. If you feel like you want to, get it. But personally, I'll personally say, especially like Kumasi was explaining, the world that we're in right now is a certification world. I would say it's a certification world. It's a skilled world. Like, do something with your hands, because that I've come to an understanding that you can take my job, you can take everything, but you can't take my career.
The ladies that are sewing these wedding gowns, how much money that they are making?
Yo,
they're making more money than the doctors.
Yo, one dress.
Yes, they are making more money than the doctors, and they're just sewing dresses. That's all they are doing. You know, so it's not like life is about how you're gonna be happy. There are a lot of people that I was talking to one guy in Ghana that does, you know, this streaming stuff. He says he's so happy whenever he sits behind a computer, he's moving things around.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't even feel hungry. He said, I could sit on the computer and I'm producing, I'm doing this, and I'm listening to music, and I'm seeing all the flashes and all that. He said it gives him joy.
That's what he wants to be.
That's what he want to do. He want to college.
Yeah.
This is what he want to do.
It's true. I agree.
So he has like 4 different people that he produces from virtually. So he gets in the system and he's producing them anything, and he get paid every month.
Yeah.
That's how he's making his money.
And it's so funny. I support it, because once you're doing something that it's like yours, you can do it all day, all night. And I think I've shared it on here before. Yeah. I can do a Cuba all night. I have gone like 48 hours of no sleep, and I'm working on a Cuba. Yeah. And everybody around me is like, oh, you need to rest. You need to rest. I'm like, oh, I'll rest later. And I'm just like, I need to finish it. So, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, once you're doing something that you love,
you're putting the sweat and blood in this thing because you're you know, sometimes when you are building something, you see the future. You see what this thing is going to be. That's why I'm like, if you're going to work with somebody, just give them their rules. Let them play in the puzzle.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, if you go around and like, oh, we are going to do it like this, it's going to be like this.
They don't get it.
It will scare some people and they're going to run away.
They don't get the vision that you do.
Just let it go. Let them grow into it. Let them grow into it. That's how I see it. People will push you. People will always want you. People will always want to look like. I know a guy that finished nursing school, right? And all of a sudden, he's trying to recruit everybody. I don't know if they were giving them some incentives or what. I don't know. He's trying to talk to everybody like, oh,
you need to go to nursing
school. By 2 years, and I know I say, we see, I say. And they...
I feel like they are talking to my mother. Because my mother came with the same thing. You do LP and RN.
It's always about the money.
Yes.
It's always about the money.
And they know the figures to the T.
Yo, so anytime that when people are trying to get you to do something and the focus become the money.
Don't do it.
Know that it's a gimmick.
Yeah, don't do it.
Know that it's a gimmick.
Don't do it.
There will be a time in your life that you wouldn't think about the money. Especially when your kids leave the house.
Yep.
You wouldn't think about it.
It wouldn't be worth it anymore.
You wouldn't think about the money. You don't want to be going to a job that you'll be crying. When the alarm go off, like, oh my God. When it's Sunday, you can't sleep. Because Monday is coming. You don't want that.
Every Sunday I'm crying.
Like, I've lived that life.
Yeah.
I've lived that life, and I'm speaking from experience. I've lived that life. Do what you know that you are good at, and dedicate yourself to it. Trust me, you'll make it. And if they are something, look at Osekwame, despite all this guy. The guy was so smart, he knew that he can do business.
Yeah.
And when it comes to business, he started with the cassettes,
CD,
selling the cassettes. He moved from cassettes to recordings. He moved from recordings, and then he moved to radio.
Now look at him.
And then turned into media. And then all of a sudden, the business side, now he's doing tea. He's doing it fufu. He's doing all this stuff. the moment you pull yourself, you understand or you know how to operate the business. There are so many business that you can do.
Yeah.
You can get people to do it for you because you do understand the basic principles of business.
Yeah.
You know, so I just look at it like, if you really want to go to school, go to school.
Yeah.
But find something that you know. Don't get into school to look for what you want to do.
That's the one I hate. They get into school to figure out their major. Like, they don't know what. Oh, Jesus.
You are going to school, you don't even know what you are going to do.
They just go.
You went to school because everybody's going to school.
Parents. I feel like we should also, I don't feel like people go to school just because. I feel like we need to also talk to the parents. Parents' pressure, Kumas, is not easy. Oh.
It is there.
Hey.
It will never stop.
And I've told you, I graduated when 2013. It's 2023 now that my parents finally said she knows what she's doing. Literally. So imagine all those years, the pressure on my neck. So sometimes some kids don't have a choice to avoid the pressure, because some kids are not tough.
Me, I'm just
So
looking
to
at it
avoid the
this,
pressure.
This life itself is hard. This life is hard. It can be hard in any sense. Me, I see those parents' pressure as part of the life struggles. You know, woman pressure, guy pressure, all these things are going to come in. Even when you find what you are doing, it's not going to be your job. It's not going to be it can even be a co-worker. All these pressures are going to, are you going to crack because somebody's pressuring you? I just feel like know what you want to do. Explain it to your people. Like if your mother is forcing you to do something, sit your mother down and say, Ma, I can't do what you want me to do. If I do that, I'm going to fail. I don't think you will want to see me fail. This is what I want to do. Watch me, give me your support, and I'm going to make you proud.
In an African household.
If she...
The way he was saying in an African household.
Let me tell you this. If she doesn't take it, then probably that's her dreams. And then you don't allow her or him to put their dreams on you.
In an African household. Do you know what a girlfriend of mine did? So we all graduated together, right? Right after high school, her parents, you know, the African list, was doctor, engineer, whatever, nursing. So she didn't want to do nursing. She wanted to do media acting. So guess what she did? The pressure was pressuring. She went and got the nursing degree. This is nobody says. After graduation, when we got home, handed the degree to her father, packed her bag, and moved to Atlanta. Yep, and now she's working with Tyler Perry Studios. She literally went for the degree.
I think it's stupid.
Because she couldn't, because she explained they didn't listen.
I'm not going to waste...
Because they were like, oh, how many actors?
I'm not going to waste 4 years of my life because that's what my mother wanted.
That's what she did. She actually did
it.
If
my mother really want to be a doctor, she should do it herself.
She went and got the nursing degree, and after she had... Because no, hers, it was like, live it. Either you do it or you leave my house. And this is a 18, she's 17, I was 18. So she didn't have a choice. She went and collected a nursing degree. We went to her Hundreds nursing school. We went to graduation. After graduation, we got home, handed it to her dad, and then moved to Atlanta. Literally. Because she doesn't have a choice. And so many kids are opting for that. I don't know what he said. He was just saying that he was shocked. Because we're all like, even me, I was like, Charlie, what are you doing? Nursing degree. You can get a job. Half of us are trying to figure out you can get a job. So we were all like, you can get a job. Well, now this girl is in Atlanta.
I don't know anybody that can push you to do what I don't want to do.
You know, you are different African. Because you now, are you sure you were really in an African household?
Yeah.
You were.
I don't know. I don't really. Me and my mom, she have a lot of trust in me. My mom knows I know what it was. My father that tried to push me to do pharmacy.
Oh, wow.
I talk too much to be a pharmacist. Like, I will be
imagine me coming from my medicine, bro.
Like, I will be killing people. Like,
while we're waiting for the medicine, Kumasi is giving us political story about Putin and the LGBT.
I can't do that. I can never in my life, be a pharmacist.
I feel like you look nice in a white coat.
That's what everybody says. But
like, his dark skin and a white coat. Kumasi, you didn't really. My brother could have been a pharmacist.
You know what I could do? I could wear white to work every day.
Okay.
When I used to work for Honda, we wear white.
Did you wear that lab coat?
Doesn't make no goddamn sense. Like, if we live in a world where other people feel like it's either this way or nothing else. Like that, close people, these are all dreamers. They don't have visions. You know, like people that would be like, oh, I need you to do this. Yo, there are kids making like millions of dollars on YouTube. Just
2 million. She's
there are kids,
10.
There are kids making, yo, let people do what? Bro, people are selling. I don't even want to sound like I'm downgrading anything. Just the little minimalistic things. And these things are getting people up there. Let people do something with joy.
Cabby did a whole, is it called Cabby Lane?
Cabby
The guy that did the video without saying a word.
He's a millionaire.
He's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Let people be. Because if we don't do that, we push our kids into debt.
Yeah.
Into debt. It's not what you need. What you need to tell your kids is read and read and read. Pick books for your kids.
Yeah.
Like pick books for your kids. Give them fiction, non-fiction, sciences. You know, give them all these books. Let them read. Yo, let them read about great people. I'll always say that. Because the same playbook that they all use. Almost all these empires that have made it.
Yeah.
Same playbook that all these empires used. So why are we sitting down and wasting our time?
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I remember one of the things, I feel like African parents, while they're advising, they should look at it. Because one of the things I used to say, I remember when I was 18, was I want to make sure that I have the life that when I am leaving the house, I can proudly tell my kids I'm going to work. Do you get it? Because so many parents, like, so many people are forcing their kids, let's say nursing. Well, by deep down, they're not happy with the job they're doing. Like you said that earlier, you know, even for when your kids are sick, you have to debate work or... But I wanted to do something, so if it's a business, I can proudly tell my kids I am running a business. And they can see, because you can tell your kids you're happy, but they can see you're not happy. Right. So make sure you're doing something that your kids could be proud of, or you could be proud telling your kids about. Do you get what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, but there are certain things that kids are always going to be kids. And I think we should, the validation of the kids, we have to lower it too. Because when I was a kid, right, there was this man that he had a cocoa farm and he brought his son to Confederate. And we used to teach, because the man, he's a farmer. You know how farmers dress. And then when he's coming to visit the son, you know, and it was embarrassing to the son. And I grew up. I'm like, oh, God.
Ooh, that's a millionaire walking.
Let me tell you this one, too. Remember I told you that I used to do the charcoal business?
Yeah.
With one of my aunts. If I had done that job and I left that job and come to America, I would be a millionaire by now. I'd be a millionaire. Because sometimes we will be going with like 500 bags of charcoal. And then we are just going for distribution.
Imagine
sometimes
every household.
At that time we were making like 60 million, 70 million at that time. And we invested like 10 million. And we make it. And within 2 weeks, this is done. And then we are coming back. So if I had done this job for the next 10 years, think about it. How many farms I would have owned in the villages?
Yeah.
How many charcoals I will bring to the cities?
Because mind you, charcoal is very used in Ghana.
You
Not a lot of people use stoves.
By that time, I would buy my own trucks.
Yeah.
So nobody to advise me. But I left it and come to the U.S.
But imagine if you had kept doing it, right? You would have been successful in it.
Really,
right?
Real success.
So then look at somebody with that wisdom. You'll be able to advise your child in a different way. Like, oh, instead of college, you can even introduce your child to that business.
But what I'm saying is maybe if the child thinks that the father sells charcoal, that may not be the job that the child, in his little mind, he will want them.
Of course, but if the child sees your success, I feel like they will want to look into it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then we live in households where we don't even get to see something like that for us to cultivate that as we're growing.
Right.
That, oh, I can do that. So that was my basis on, I want to make sure that my kids know that mommy is happy going to work.
Yeah, right.
You know, not working for somebody. And, you know, that's where I was. So we'll be able to do that.
I just feel like, yo, in this world that we do, we are all not the same. That principle must be understood, that we are all not the same. You could have identical twins, they are still not the same.
They're different.
You know, let people do what they want to do. If they want to go to school, there are some people, they are just book people. They just love book. When they see book, they're happy.
Yeah.
Let them go and read their books. Let them go to their school. If there are some that school is not for them, they are ahead. There are some people that even how do they call it? Dyslexia?
Dyslexia. Dyslexia.
Dyslexia. There's some people that have that problem.
Yeah.
where a 3 become like an 8, where an 8 become like a 3. How you want this kid
You know, I'm laughing because they nearly diagnosed me with that when I was in high school. Because I couldn't see. It's funny. No, so my teacher thought my eye problem, I was dyslexic. No, in high school, they diagnosed me with ADHD. Because you know, I can't sister, right? They diagnosed me with ADHD. They diagnosed me with dyslexia. Because I used to see B as a D. And numbers used to look, 3 used to be 8s for me. So they used to think I had dyslexia in high school. It was funny. God, Jesus.
Yeah.
I would have been sitting here
So
confused.
how will you want this kid that see 3 as an 8
Yeah, that was me.
to be a banker?
What are you trying to say, Kumasi?
Like
I
I'm
still
being
see
honest.
3 as 8.
Like, how you gonna let this kid to be a banker?
We grow and we become very good.
You know, everybody knows what they can do. People know their ability. I've always known that my ability, my strongest ability is to lead people. I've always known that. I've always known that. Why didn't I start my business when I was like 19 years? You know, it's a waste of time because we are going off the trend. You want to just, you're going off the trend today, they are doing this, the next day they are doing that. That's what you want to do because that's what society is saying. And then there are people that don't really care about the trends and they are really making money and they are happy, their women are happy, their kids are happy. And then you cannot even buy food in your house because you follow the trend.
Yeah.
You cannot make your wife happy because there's no money. You cannot make your kids happy because there's no money. And you're following the trend.
Yeah.
And everywhere you go, you get a trend, because you're a trendy guy, but yo. You go home, you are crying because there's no money. Is that the lifestyle that you want?
Do you know the ones I find funny?
What?
Have you seen the educational doctors?
What do you mean by that?
You know how there's doctor in medical and there's
the
degree
PhDs.
doctors? Yo, the ones with degree doctors that are broke, but then they want you to call them doctor. have you met one? There is one I know that stresses me out.
There is this man that had 4 doctorates.
Dang.
4. So you write his name, doctor.
No, yes, sir.
Osu answer.
I did.
And if you leave one out, it's a big problem.
Serious?
He was supposed to preach in one church, and they brought the brochure, the outline.
Yeah.
And then he looked at it, the program lineup. He looked at it. His name was. They had only 3 doctors. He said it to them, go add 1 doctor to it. He said, I work hard for it.
Seriously? This is that's the type of petty I want to live, Rich. Do you know why? When I get to the place that all my enemies are there, you better call me I'm going to get a doctorate degree at this point. Do you know me? I really want one. That's nice.
You know the biggest enemy, the biggest way to shame your enemies?
Well, be a doctor.
Make money.
I'll be doctor.
Because you can, if you make money, whatever they are doctorate, whatever it is, you can hire them and put them on 100,000, 200,000 a year.
I want to really hire my enemies.
And then you know what it is? When you're going somewhere, you can give them your hand luggage. They follow you, give them your hand luggage.
Bruh, I want to reach that level of success. I know 2 people I'll hire right off the bat.
When Oprah get to the airport in Addis Ababa, and Oprah was with a camera crew and everyone, and they were all white, and it was Oprah that was black. And they all thought that the white folks were the bosses, and they missed Oprah. They try to get the cameras and the stuff from the. And Oprah's like,
oh shoot!
What just happened?
What just happened? These are my employees.
Yeah, I just feel like the best way, and also to be happy, because when you are happy, you're very confident.
Yeah.
Your confidence can give people blood pressure.
Yo.
Just your confidence.
Yo.
The fact that you are happy, you are laughing, you're smiling, you're having a good time. People can die off it if they don't like you. You don't really have to, be like, oh, because of this person, I got to do this, I got to do that. Me, I believe that if you want to get a degree, if you want to get a doctorate, if you go for it. But you have to make sure that you're not just getting it for getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that
Yeah.
when you get it, because you got to understand that when you reach certain level or status in life, there are certain things that you cannot do. You have to understand that. The culture around the doctorate will transform you in a way that there are some jobs you cannot even do.
Yeah.
You may think, oh, I don't care, but I'm
you've
telling you,
passed
my
the
brother,
qualification.
there are certain things that you cannot do. Even when you go to a job interview and they find out that you have this thing, they wouldn't hire you
Yeah.
because the guy is scared of you.
Yeah. You're
You know,
overqualified.
you're gonna take their jobs.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't even hire you. So if you are doing it, then do it right. Make sure that it will translate into your success. You know, I mean financial success. But if you are just getting it because everybody is getting it, because every young woman want to be called a doctor or every young guy want to be called a doctor, I will so be it.
Well,
We all have our way of defining our success. Maybe that's your way of defining your success. Go for it. I don't go that way though.
well, then that's it for today. All I can say is I am focused on Akuba, and then one day people will call me doctor 5 times, okay? And I'll hire 2 of my enemies personally. I'm looking forward to that moment. But thank you, Kumase, always.
forgive you.
Oh, yeah, I'm going. The Bible said he will set a table before me in the presence of my
He
enemies.
didn't say you will set it.
He will set a table before me.
But I didn't say you will set
When
it.
he says the table, I have to hire the people that will make that table work. I have to hire the cleaners for the table. Who's going to set that table? The plates have to be on there. My enemies, get ready. I'm coming.
If not even make money, you are thinking about who you're going to hire.
My confidence is already, you said it. My confidence and my
Yeah,
laughter is
confidence,
already
but
killing
not
them.
Use your confidence to demean other people.
I am using my confidence to kill them happily.
I just feel like me, one of my goals, like all these things that we are doing,
Yeah.
I want us to be very successful in what, and the people that do not even believe in us will say, like, I can look at these guys as an example
Yeah.
to, you know, not hate, focus on what I can do
And
and
do
just
it
do
better.
it. Or even use the same blueprint to make it. Because I don't want to be the only guy that have the mansion in the ghetto, you know,
I
'cause
wanna
it's
make
very
sure
dangerous.
Everybody.
Because these are the kids that my kids are going to play with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want that.
Yeah.
They're gonna take from you if you are the only person that have made it. Look at African communities. Just look at it, African communities. But you are the only one have reached a certain status in life. Guess what happened? They all trying to take from you.
Take from you,
Everybody's
yeah.
trying to, and you know the only thing that prevent them from taking your money is you.
Yeah.
So in the next move, what you think is gonna be? You gotta go so they can take everything. I think it should be our duty to push everybody along. When we all thrive together,
Yeah.
you know, imagine like I pull up here right now, pull up in a, let's say a Ferrari, pull up in a Lamborghini.
A
He
Lambo?
pull up in a whatever he wanna pull up.
You
in.
know?
You know, maybe a helicopter.
Hey. What's
You know what
up?
I'm saying? Nobody's gonna be like, oh God, why? Cause
We're
at that
all
level,
winning.
at that level, you are not even thinking about.
Yeah.
You know?
My blue Lambo.
You really
truck.
think when Jay-Z's and all these guys, when they sit down, they're thinking about, like, you know what I'm
So
saying?
they're all
Like,
winning. So they just, everybody's
you
winning.
get to a certain level in life, you're not even thinking about. Yeah, and I think that's what we all have to push ourselves to get to,
Yeah.
you know? Because if you think you want to be the one to get there, it's going to be a big problem for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna because all the people that knows you, everybody's coming for your money. Everybody. And if they cannot get your money because you are stopping them, they will take you out. They will take you out before they get your money.
Yeah.
And they're gonna take it. Because when people make their mind, they will succeed.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, that's it for today. All I can say is make a decision today that you will not regret in 10 years to come. Make a decision today that 10 years to come, you'll be very proud of whatever decision that you make. So, yeah, life is choices. So, yeah, I know follow the crowd because everybody's doing it does not mean it will work for you. Just trust yourself and focus and stay in your lane. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. Today's show was sponsored by Inkwell, Believers Attire, RG Kids, and Akuba. If you're out there watching and you want to be a part of this show, make sure you can reach out to You can reach out to 220-465-0822, 220-465-0822, or you can reach out to us on our social media platforms. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Something big is about to happen.
Yes. Bribi Vesi. Bribi Vesi. That's all that is been in my head since last week.
Very soon.
Bribi Vesi. I'm really excited. I cannot wait. I'm like itching. I want to snitch so bad, but I have to keep this secret for the team. But no, just stay right here. Follow Revolt Media. You don't want to miss out on, we have a huge announcement coming. You don't want to miss out on it. Okay, so follow us right now. Subscribe to all our channels, and you don't want to miss it. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am your girl Jasmine. I was here with the one and only, the God himself, Kumasi Yami. We'll catch you guys on Thursday, same time. Good night. See y'all. We'll catch you guys on Thursday, same time. Good night.